My video today was filmed over two recent visits to Wapanocca. It is approximately 35 to 40 minutes from where I live here in Memphis. The hardest part for me is getting across the bridge, but the drive is very easy. It's largely rural land when you get off of the interstate, which is part of why Wapanocca is important. It's because it's a wildlife refuge completely surrounded by agricultural land. It is the last remnant in that region of what the land once looked like. It was an oxbow of the Mississippi River. Also was fed by a creek, but that has all been landlocked since then. So they are working on ways to manage the water. You will see in the pictures, one set was taking in the bright green summer. The other is in the mid to late fall, where you can clearly see the differences in the colors of the pictures. But Wapanocca has been on my radar for a visit for a long time. My first trip there was actually in fourth grade on a school field trip. And I remember several things very vividly from that trip. One, it seemed like every time we parked the car or the bus, that turtles were everywhere. And I did see turtles on my first trip. I did not get good pictures of them because one thing that you'll learn, the turtles at Wapanocca are plentiful, but they're also quite shy. So every time you do park the car, you do hear splashes around you. Another surprise during the summertime was the number of dragonflies. And they're not the same as what I was used to seeing here in Memphis. Very colorful, purples, blues, silvers, lots of dragonflies there at Wapanocca. It is designed as a site for the waterfowl who are migrating. There are also songbirds that nest there. The fisheries have gone down since it's lost access to water, but they're still also part of the system there. There are times at Wapanocca where both trips I kind of felt isolated. You're not far from getting to someone, but you are on some heavy gravel roads. The gravel, I don't know what you call it, but it reminds me of the gravel that you see on railroads. And so do not drive a prized car on the roads at Wapanocca. Your car will be gray, and you will possibly have scratched up cars. But the scenery is a perfect place to observe wildlife, to pull over, take a seat, take pictures, read a book. You'll see along the video today, I have many instances of the wind. I was there during a cold front was coming through. You can kind of tell in some of the pictures by the wind. But it's just a great place to reflect and appreciate nature. Lake Wapanocca you will see in the reviews, if you go to sites like Google reviews, people complain about the grass being overgrown in portions of the lake. You will see that in my pictures here. But it is just beautiful to look at and watch the clouds and the wind go by. I was concerned on the number of litter, the amount of litter that had happened since summer to fall. I noticed that was a big issue in the water itself. Hopefully there will be people working on that. I do understand that if you want to volunteer there, you have to sign up with the federal office there to become a volunteer. I know this because one of the main reasons that I wanted to go to Wapanocca was to see the pre-Mississippian Indian mound. As I did my research for that, I found out that it was actually surrounded by an African American cemetery dating sometime after the Civil War. And after that, it became quite a renowned hunting guide location. Wapanocca was a nationwide hunting club, sort of an elite club. You can look up articles on Chronicling America for Wapanocca and see the names of many of the staff members. There were people, well-known celebrities with waterfowl and land management and animal management that were involved with Wapanocca. There's even one story that says Abraham Lincoln once got off the river near there. But the cemetery for me was my the exciting part of the trip. I just like taking walks and seeing things like that. But you do want to be careful. The mound, if you park on the side of the visitor center, there's a place that looks like two parking places directly in front of the information board. If you park there, there's a pile of dirt left over from old construction that looks like a mound. But if you stand on that mound and you look out towards the woods, you will see where the woods have been cut. A channel's been cut. It's very clearly cut, even if the grass is overgrown. You can tell the trees have been cut. And I wish I would have been recording it. But as I stepped on that hill, I saw my first wildlife in my first visit, which was actually a huge deer. This deer, actually, I had to look at it at first. It was so big, I thought it might be a cow. But he looked at me and went on his way. I proceeded there about maybe 100 yards. It's not far at all. As soon as you get past there, you will see the mound. It is overgrown. I counted 3 or 4, and I think you'll see them in the video, the tombstones. I'm going to do some research on some of those people to see what I can find in a separate short video later on. But a lot of history there. You have the pre-Mississippian mound. You have there was an African American trail. I'm doing some research to see exactly what that trail was and how people came to be there. I have hunches, but I don't know for sure what they are. And then later you have the hunting guides who came to be buried there. That is, for me, what was the most exciting part of the visit. But Wapanocca is well worth preserving. But it's a great place to take a seat and read a book. For hunters and fishers, that's not my game, but if you're into that, it's a great place for that as well. I got to try out some new toys while I was there. Binoculars hooked to my cell phone camera. You'll see that here in the video. But next time you're in the Memphis area, consider taking a short drive over to Wapanocca, where you can feel a little bit closer to the earth. I hope you enjoyed. Goes a good bit farther. See, this is without the binoculars.